Broadcasting live.
Listen live online 24/7.
24/7. Around the world.
Right here. Right now.
It's 300 Radio.
And you know this, man.
Yo, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Scott Free Morning Show. I am your host, L. Scott. You see the name on the screen. On today's episode, everybody, actually we haven't done anything leading into today's episode. We wasn't supposed to shoot today, but I am going out of town tomorrow, so I wanted to make sure that I give you guys something to feed off of while I'm out of town. I want to make sure I give you guys enough content to be able to do that. So today we're going to dive into a couple of things. Now, what did I decide to do going into it? Yesterday went very well covering the brother Tariq Nasheed's Twitter space. And one of the regulars, I was starting to listen to one of the playbacks this morning. And one of the regulars that he has on his show, the Democrat Shield, as he liked to call him, Gabriel, is calling in this morning. And instead of me just listening to it by myself, I thought it'd be better if I got on, listened to it with you guys, kind of do like a review of it. That way I can, give you guys my talking points with that platform. Because the reason why I'm gonna say this is because I generally probably would call into his show. He does it in the middle of the night, and I'm gonna be honest, I'd be dead to the world at the time when he does it. So, being that I want to be involved in that platform, because a lot of conversation comes out of that I could give you guys a lot of game with. So I'm going to play that, but before I do that, let me hit you with the fair use, and then we'll dive right into it. So give me a moment, and we'll get right to it. All right, guys, I'll be right back.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
It's time for the Chill Report.
It's about to go down.
Oh my goodness. This is my favorite part of the show. It's called the Chill Report. Oh, I love it. But the guy who gives the news, they hate to give the news.
Really?
For once in your life, just do the fucking news. All right? No. I'm gonna do the fucking news. No. Here is the fucking news.
All right. So let's get this thing popping. I want to go ahead and get the show going, get everything going. Let's get the desktop going. Let's get everybody on the screen. And let's get it going. Like I said, guys, I want to cover this whole Tariq Nasheed post, so let's go from there. Let's see what happens. All right, let's go.
Gabriel, the Democrat in the House. Gabriel, the Democrat Shield. Uh-oh, Gabriel. What's going on, Gabriel?
Oh, my goodness, Tariq. We are not. Oh, God. This sounds like major cope from you, man. Because this is major cope because you, my friend, are complicit in the erasure of Black history that's going on at the Smithsonian. You are complicit in that.
What?
Me, the person who made some of the most inspiring Black history films ever?
No,
Me?
I'll give you credit for the hidden history, give you credit for the films that you made. You made some amazing films. I'll give you that credit. But
what's the problem?
Pushing this narrative that, this two parties is the same shit is the reason why we have erasure in the Smithsonian, is the reason why we have young Black people being harassed now in D.C. because you telling people that, these two parties are the same, but me and the Democrats and Kamala Harris warned y'all that this shit was going to happen. So anybody who did not vote for Kamala Harris last year is complicit in what's going on right now.
Okay, so before Tariq dives into his ass, because I know he ready to light into him, let me go ahead and give you my 2 points for that. I hate when people try to make that argument that if you don't vote the way that I want you to vote, you're voting for the other side. I heard that all last year. You know, brother, if you sit out this election and don't vote for anybody, that's technically a vote for Trump. And then I asked the question, why is that the case? Why is it that if I don't vote for either one of these two asses, then that means it's a vote for Trump? You know why you say that? Because you know the majority of white people in this country feel the way that Trump does. That's why you said it. And you think that voting for the Democrats will kind of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Will kind of slow down their momentum when they get into office, when you don't even realize they are part of the same bird, brother. Gabriel, to the brother that keeps calling in when it comes to this, brother, she was in there for 4 years. And I know your argument is going to be about Kamala Harris is that she was the vice president, not the president. Brother, I have been around through multiple elections, and I've seen Democrats, I've seen Republicans get in office. I don't know if you are from this country or not, or if you've been in this country all your life. But you know, in your time frame, because he sounds younger than me, there has never been a time in this world where the Democrats did anything to keep the Republicans off your ass. And in actuality, the Republicans do less tangible things to us than Democrats do. Why do I say that? Majority of the stuff that affects us to this day happens underneath Democratic presidents. We all know about the crime bill that was under the Clintons, because that's when Biden wrote the crime bill, was under the Clintons. And then they implemented it. Now, they're going to tell you what black folks co-sign that. Black folks co-sign everything white people do when you handpick the Negroes that you put in position. If you're going to handpick the caucus, Black Caucus and the NAACP and all the rest of these organizations, then you're going to flood them with people who have no allegiance to Black Americans. Of course, they're going to champion any dumb shit you put on the out there into the politics. That's into politics. I'm a little fired up. Of course, they're going to do it when you put it out there to the world like that. They're going to always co-sign. It's the same thing I was talking about yesterday. The same reason why the NAACP recipients, or the people who are nominated for that award, mirrors the black people who are nominated for Grammys, mirrors are nominated for Oscars. They do that on purpose. You are watching safe Negroes. Gabriel, you are a safe Negro. And this whole, you should have voted for Kamala. Kamala told you what she won't gonna do for us, so why would we vote for her? And this is one thing I want to say. I've been wanting to say this online for the longest of time. The onus on who's gonna vote for who is not on the people. It is on the people who ask you to vote for them. Kamala, or whatever her name has, Gabriel, if she wanted the black vote, then she should have done something, promised something, or said what something she was going to do for black people. That is how it works. It's called quid pro quo, something for something. But no, they just scare us when they get us, when they always want to run politics on us. You want to tell us how bad Trump's going to be if you put him in there, but at the same time, you're not telling us what you're going to do. So what people like myself and Tariq is saying to you is that, no, brother, I'm going to sit down on my ass until this happens. You act, and the last thing I want to say is you acting like what Trump is doing in D.C. right now wasn't technically happening the last 4 years while the Democrats were in office. All that they did while we saw that happening was they prioritized that COVID shot and they told you to give it to black people. Now, black people are catching heart attacks and everything else at an alarming rate over other people. Why? Because they prioritized us for something negative. Show me where they prioritized us something for something positive. Because I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I've seen that Karen Bass in Los Angeles County, the mayor, has basically, her and Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, and everybody else basically told black Americans last year, you ain't getting tangible reparations from us. We will block that bill. And at the same time, Karen Bass has set her ass up here talking about, I found money to give to illegal people to sustain them while ICE is raiding on them. Again, Gabriel, if you want the black vote, explain to me, why do you think you're going to get it without addressing that first? That's what I'm trying to say. Who are these people? It's the most disingenuous thing in the world to hear people talk like this. Brother, if you wanted us to vote for Kamala Harris, she should have said something for us. She should have said something that triggered me to get my ass to go down there and vote for her. Otherwise, I don't vote for either. Now, do we feel the fallout that's happening right now? Probably so. But you were going to feel that anyway. You have to understand, all they do is pass the buck in politics. The other guy, Bushmeat Barrister, that calls up to Tariq's platform all the time, called in yesterday, basically whining about how Trump is getting us this, that, and the third. And Tariq brought up the Democrats. He said the Democrats are not in office right now. Well, I'm sorry. Last year, before Trump took back the office, I watched that same Bushmeat Barrister when Tariq would bring up all of the things that were tangibly not happening for Black Americans at that moment underneath the Democrats, he told us, or he would always bring up what Trump did the 4 years before Biden got in office. And now that they're gone out of office and Trump's back in office, now Gabriel wants Tariq to stay on the topic of Trump's in office now, not the Democrats. See, brother, that's disingenuous. And I'm going to tell you, the gaslighting of Black America has came to an end. If you want Black people to champion an immigration cause, if you want Black people to champion anything, you're going to have to talk without being disingenuous or trying to be sneaky and come at us they try to come at us in a sneaky way is what I'm trying to say. I can't even talk today. Anyways, I digress. Let's keep going.
Detroit, Baltimore, and all that shit, and that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because they fail to realize that sundown towns were specifically for Black people. The only people who complain about them is white people who they not meant for. So this shit is all coming into one, and you got cocksuckers like this dude Gabriel who want to cover for it. You know? So shout out to you, T. Thank you for bringing this to attention, man. And I land my plane.
What am I covering for? If Kamala Harris was president right now, you would not be seeing young Black boys being harassed in D.C. You would not be seeing Black history being erased on the national level at the Smithsonian.
He said that with his full chest that Black boys would not be getting attacked. I'm sorry, did you not see all the Black men, all the Black boys, Black men, and Black women that were attacked under the Democratic administration? If I'm not mistaken, Trayvon Martin was under a Democratic administration. If I'm not mistaken, Mike Brown was under a Black administration. So you missed me with this whole conversation. Brother, you're going to have to give us a tangible history fact of sometime, somewhere that the Democrats have done something to help Black America. This whole notion that the Republicans are just bad and they worse than Democrats, it's not going to hold weight anymore. And I can say he got a lot of energy today, so let's hear what he got to say. I'm just...
And if you do not vote for Kamala Harris, you are complicit in that. And
get out your feelings.
That's true.
Get out your feelings.
That's true.
And get your
we're holding people's feet to the fire now. It's time for accountability. That's what we're here to do.
Did he just say that? Did he just say that? Gabriel, Tariq told you all of last year why we was not going to vote for the Democrats unless they did something tangible for Black people, i.e. at the time we're asking for reparations. She won't even address it. Stacey Abrams won't address it. Cory Booker, when he was running, won't address it. Barack Obama won't address it. So what you're trying to get people to do is you're trying to say that if she was in office, this wouldn't be happening, when we have no reason to believe that. See, you're going to have to get to a point to where you're going to have to, the only way that argument is going to hold weight is, I'm going to use the Janet Jackson song, "What Have You Done For Me Lately?" And if the answer is nothing, then you get nothing from us. So this whole energy in your chest that Black folks should have voted for, and you're asking for, no, we're not complicit. Kamala Harris is complicit in what's happening to Black people right now. The Democratic Party is complicit in what's happening to Black people right now, if you want to say it's a party line problem. Because if the Democrats wanted the Black vote in mass numbers, they had a chance to get it. They chose not to.
And by the way, Mayor Bowser, and thank you, Twizzle, Mayor Bowser a couple of years ago requested for the National Guards. There's a video. We got a video of it. This was 2022. She requested the National Guard come in for crime in D.C. So, y'all, they did it. They
did not do it. They did not do it. They did not do it, Tariq. You're just lying.
They requested it.
They're just lying.
It's on video, sir. They requested it.
Just lying at this point, man. Just lying, because I have never heard you. Every time we have these discussions, you have never brought up National Guard being sent into D.C.
No. She requested.
This is coke, Tariq.
See, and I'm gonna say this too, and I hate to stop it, right? But that's what I'm gonna say too. Gabriel, you just like all tethers, and again, tether is not a synonym for immigrant or foreigner. Tether is a person who is there in America trying to undermine Black people. We will call you a tether. Your tether conversation that you have all the time sounds just like this. You will literally get on this platform. Tariq will make a statement, a de facto statement, definitive statement, and you will act like he didn't say it and disregard and keep moving on. Tariq will say, the sky's blue. You'll say, no, it's not. It's brown. He'll show you that the sky's blue. No, it's not. You just looking at it wrong. Brother, you're not changing anyone. I think it's the most asinine thing in the world. Tariq gets on this platform at least 5, 6, 7 times a week. And 5, 6, 7 times a week, I see one person after another person after another person get on the platform thinking they're going to have the same regurgitated talking points and you're going to take him out. It's never going to work because the audience that is listening is us. And we agree with what he's saying, not you. So unless you can add something into the conversation that is going to move us in a different direction, brother, it's not going to work. You're just whining right now. That's it. That's all.
You know and I know it. If the Democrats were in power right now, that this shit would not be going on. I just don't know why you won't call it out. Why won't you be honest with the people and call out that this shit would not be going on if Kamala Harris had won the election? It's so easy to do.
So what? And I'm gonna stopping the gas. 'Cause I know you probably want to hear the whole thing. Let me stop so much. But I'll say this. Well, I'll just let him play. Let him play unless he triggers me.
So easy to do.
Okay, you're just sitting here doing. I'm a tether and I say so. How can I put the thing up in the Jumbotron family? How do I do that? I'm doing old nigga shit right now. I'm trying to figure out how to put. Okay, let me just do this. Let me put it under here. And shout out to Juicy for. Let me see.
You just tweet it out and just like press it in the pill.
Okay.
On the name of the title. It has to be like an actual tweet.
It has to be a tweet. Okay, let me try it that way. Hold on, let me try it that way. Cause I'm gonna show y'all the thing. Okay. Okay, I'm doing a tweet. Now what am I doing here?
Like I think you gotta press like the title of the space. No, like when you press like share, like the share button on the tweet is gonna like you're gonna see the title of the space and you just press the title of the space when you press the share button.
Okay, but do it as a whole new tweet? Hold on, let me get Juicy. Let me get Juicy in here. Juicy, can you put it up in the Jumbotron for me, dear?
Okay, I just got on here. So you have the tweet created. Go ahead and click on it and click the arrow, and then it'll post in the Jumbotron at the bottom right corner.
Okay, it's let me see. I don't see an arrow, but
hold on a second. Bottom arrow.
It says post.
Yeah, I think I just put it in the Jumbotron for you.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you, dear. Okay, there. Okay, there it is. Now, Gabriel, do you see that, Gabriel? Up at the Jumbotron.
But what you're missing, Tariq, is that Biden's own Department of Defense denied her not once. They denied her twice. They denied her request.
That's not the point. She requested it, though.
But Joe Biden, the Democratic president, denied her request. They denied it.
But yeah,
her request was not given.
She's a Democrat, too, so she was trying to get the National Guard out there. So that's what I'm saying. The Democrats and the Republicans do the same thing.
In August of 2020,
oh Lord,
she was rejected. She was rejected in early August of 2022 or late August of 2022.
Moving the goalpost, Gabriel. Dan,
wait, Tariq. So you don't give Joe Biden? So do you give Joe Biden credit for denying a request? Are you going to give Joe Biden credit? So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. See, like this is the hypocrisy that I'm talking about. Like, what are we talking about?
Joe Biden's whole thing was to cause chaos in DC.
Joe Biden literally denied her request so the chaos wouldn't happen. I don't know why Mayor Bowser did that shit, but Joe Biden did not. But it was denied, and the National Guard were never sent out in the communities of DC under Joe Biden.
I think what the point Gabriel's is missing, but he's trying to make is that see, the Democrats wouldn't do this to you, the Republicans do. And I think the argument Tariq is trying to make, and I think Brother Dan, as he just got up here, is the Democrats will do the exact same thing that the Republicans will do. Now, did it happen this time? No. But you're trying to make the statement that, and he's implying without implying it, but he's implying that Joe Biden didn't do this because he didn't want to attack the city. When we all know that politically, these people don't give a damn about us as American people. They're only going to do things, they're going to always do things that's going to move them in a positive way. And obviously, whatever the reason he said no had nothing to do with wanting to protect black people. See, Gabriel, that's the problem. You suck on Democrat D so much that you don't realize. Look, let me say it to you in the most simplistic terms for people like him who want to vote Democrat regardless. I'm going to use relationships as the key. Brother, if you're going to talk to a woman And no matter what she does to you, you keep coming back. Well, that means she cheated on you with her daddy. She stole money out your wallet. She wrecked your car. I'm just thinking of some of the most egregious things she can do. And you take her back, tell me I love her. You do know she's never going to respect you. She's never going to grow on her own to say, you know what? I've been doing Gabriel so wrong. Let me change my behavior. That's not how most humans work. Now, can you find an exception to that rule? Yes, but they're called statistical anomalies, not the rule. See, what Gabriel and most Democrats want us to do, they want to highlight one or two specific things that they have tangibly done for black people, which is very rare, and hold that like, see, I did all this. When we're telling you, no, it doesn't work like that. If you want to get a vote, I'll tell you like this. You know, in the 1970s, I think into the 80s, the United States and Iraq were allies until they wasn't anymore. So what I'm trying to get Gabriel to understand is that yes, the Democrats voted for the Civil Rights Bill in the 1960s. Yes. But it's again the Janet Jackson song, "What Have You Done For Me Lately?" And if it's nothing, then we cannot hold on to that. See, brother, I think you're trying to do that. And see, because like Republicans can say things from the past that they've done for black people. But you want to talk about current day. So let's talk about current day says that we don't like niggas. And if we did, it would show. I can tell you how I know this to be true, Gabriel, and I'll let it finish. I'll let Tariq finish. If we really were loved on by them, then they would do something for you. But no, they keep trying to convince you that, oops, what are we doing wrong? We keep trying to get it right, but we just can't seem to get it right. Yes, you can, because you can get it right for everybody else. When you wanted to let 20 million illegals over here to our country, you let them over here and you made it easier for them to do it. You want to know how I know it? Caught a video earlier this morning. It's a black woman in Kentucky who found out at the DMV that she was working at that they were basically giving out licenses for $200 to immigrants without them even speaking the language. And then when she blew the whistle, they fired her. You want to know why? Because they know this is happening. They're making it easier for foreigners to get here. You see how they knew what to do when it came to do that? You see how I just brought up Karen Bass a minute ago, how when illegals are getting ran down on by ICE, she's trying to help them. But I could have sworn the same county, LA County, there was a reparations bill on the county, and you can go back and watch one of my old videos. I covered it last year, where the NAACP and Gavin Newsom and probably Karen Bass all killed the reparations pact. All it was done. People, do y'all understand? For Californians, they had got the verbiage right. They got all the way to the point. All they needed Gavin Newsom to do was sign off on it. And every black American in California would have got paid reparations. They said, nah, kill it. See, they know what to do when it's time. Quid pro quo, something for something. Now, I would ask Gabriel this if I was on there right now with him. Gabriel, can you tell me something that black folks got out of the last 4 years with the Democrats within office? Not only that was specific and tangible to us, but anything that helped us in a positive way. And I don't want to hear shit about the health industry, because the health industry isn't here to help you. It's here to kill you.
And if Kamala Harris had been president, you would not be seeing young black boys being harassed right now in D.C.
Interesting. You think that's their real aim?
Admit that. Just admit that.
No. What are you talking about? They do it all the time. The crime bill came from them.
Just admit that. Oh, you're talking about some shit from 30 years ago. Talk about right now.
No, I'm trying to tell you that they don't care about harassing black boys. They don't care.
Like,
let me say something too. This is a little off topic, so let me say this, and then I'll come back to the screen. Let me matter of fact, let me go to the big screen. Big screen, as my man said. Big screen. I want to speak to when people say that the crime bill was 30 years ago. Actually, it was over 30 years ago. But people want to say it's 30 years ago, but they don't understand this is why black folks won't let that crime bill go. Because Joe Biden was in office for 4 years as a president, signing executive orders left and right. So what he could have done, just say he does like black people. Let's just say he's not a flaming racist. Let's say that his mentor wasn't a KKK member and he really felt remorse for putting black people by the millions in prison. You know what he would have done if he was really about that life? For one, he would have reversed that bill that he put out there. And two, he would have let everybody out of jail that he put there. Because there's still people in jail from that time. Do you understand? But he didn't do that. He basically disregarded and moved on. He signed a specific bill for a group of people to make sure that they didn't get attacked. But it's called the Asian hate bill. You see how when the Asians, and all they did, and this is funny. This is the funny part to me. They literally signed a bill because people called them names. Now, black people, if all we had to suffer from was name calling, we would be fine. Because for one, we're the kings and queens of the dozens. We will wipe your floor with your ass if you want to just talk shit. But it's not about name calling, Gabriel. It's not, and I'm talking about the gal Tariq Nasheed's platform right now. It's not about that, Gabriel. It's about the fact. I forgot what our whole point I was just making. I got myself sidetracked, bringing that Negro's name back into it. But it's not about those things. It's this whole game that they're running on us is called benign neglect. I'm going to address your issues. I'm going to regurgitate the stats of what's affecting your community more than everybody else's. And I'm going to say it with remorse and passion. All the way up until the point when you say, great, now what are you going to do to fix it? Nothing. No, I just told you. I understood. Now it's time for you to go fix it. They want us to fix us and to fix the government too at the same time. That's what I hear. But I digress. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Can't even hear.
Gabriel, it's not a single video of them being harassed by the National Guard. That's the DC.
They're not being harassed with the support of the federal government.
No. That's the DC police. You said the National Guard.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
You got to pick a statement.
That's what we're doing.
So who do you think knows their city?
So you want to protect that? So you want to protect Daddy Trump and the Republican Party? That's what you're here to do.
Okay, that's what you said. I didn't say that. I'm asking you a question.
That's what you're doing. But that's what you're doing.
Who do you think knows the city better?
The
mayor of DC.
You did not vote for Kamala Harris. You are complicit in this. That's what I'm saying, brother.
Yeah, sure. That's what you want to say. But who do you think knows the city better?
You are complicit for the erasure of history in Smithsonian. That's what I'm saying.
Answer that question.
What?
Who do you think knows their city better? The mayor of DC, who's lived there, or your president, who barely knew his name?
What? What is your point?
No, I'm trying to say, do you remember the mental state of Joe Biden at this time? Correct.
No. Tariq's original point was the National Guard was sent into D.C., but Mayor Bowser did request it, but it was denied by Joe Biden. That was the point. We did not. The Democrats did not send the National Guard to harass black people in D.C. We did not do that.
Gabriel, I'm asking, do you remember Joe Biden's mental state at this time?
Well, now that's not pertinent to this conversation.
It's non-pertinent to this conversation. Answer the question.
It's not pertinent to this conversation.
You don't want to answer that question.
It's not pertinent to this conversation.
So everybody else who got common sense is not in denial.
Is not.
Joe Biden was a walking
now you're deflecting. You're deflecting.
And the walking corpse literally decided that he did not trust the mayor of DC to make that call for himself, so he denied it.
Man, you're deflecting. He did not want to cause. He didn't want to send the National Guard to harass young black boys in the streets.
So you didn't want to send the National Guard to harass young black boys in the street, but you're okay when cops harass young black boys in the street. So it's levels to where you want them to be harassed. See, Gabriel, again, and I know they sent you out there to talk like this. See, Gabriel, y'all don't listen to this platform. Gabriel ain't got this much smoke most of the time. Gabriel don't talk with this much energy most of the time. Gabriel got a lot of energy today. You want to know why? Because they sent him out there with energy. And the reason why they sent him out there with energy this week is because they thought they had a smoking gun with what Trump is doing in D.C. Brother, you need to understand this is commonplace for black people. If this wasn't D.C. now, this would be Flint when Obama was there. We were in a crisis, Gabriel. We were in a crisis when that happened, when Flint was going on. Did he fix it? It still has lead in its water till this day, brother. So that what we're trying to get you to understand is this. What you're just trying to do is these people use excuses. That's all these are. These are excuses. See, right now, you're making excuses for Democrats the same way Trump and them was making excuses that we're here to protect black people. Everybody's making excuses. Black folks get excuses. We don't get tangibles. If you wanted to help young black boys, why is this city damn near 50% black, but black people ain't running nothing in this city? That means that somebody tangibly is holding them. Because I know you want to believe, that black people are just inherently second-class citizens to these people. Like, we just are not bright at all. Well, how does a group of people, such as ourselves, live this close proximity to white supremacy, produce as much as we produce? Because this culture, this country comes from us. If you don't believe me, go to a basketball game and see if you don't hear our music. Go to a doctor's office and see if you don't hear our music. Go to a restaurant and see if the food that's on the menu doesn't come from our community. These people do not have culture without us. We are American culture. Anyways.
Listen, you learn. All right. So DC is a sanctuary city. If you take a look at what's actually going on,
it is a sanctuary.
The National Guard troops in Virginia and a few other places around the country are being trained to help with ICE admin. The goal is to send in these people, National Guard, to these sanctuary cities to assist ICE in arresting illegal immigrants. Now, granted, on the surface, you see a lot of shit going on. I mean, a lot of stuff going on where you see them all. This is DC Metro Police. Some people pay attention to who's actually doing the quote-unquote harassing. It says DC Metro Police, and they are just out there doing what they typically do, messing with the community. Now when you look at what Obama did was, Freddie Gray was beat up, thrown in the back of a wagon, swung around, and murdered back there. People were peacefully, sometimes protesting against this. The mayor of Baltimore called off the police and said, hey, just let them protest. And then Obama sent in the National Guard. Now, this is the same thing that Trump did in California. However, he did it to protect the ICE agents who were later shot at in that state. So to pretend like there isn't a hostile environment toward these federal agents is ridiculous, because your media, the liberal media, keeps painting these people as criminals for arresting illegal immigrants. No, it's not. It's not. No, it's not. Okay.
You watch Fox News Sunday. I should have already.
I actually don't. I'm just actually. I read. Okay. So are these people? Are these people right? When the
Because you voted for Donald Trump, so you want to actively just criticize the Democratic Party. You started by saying,
I actually came here to tell folks how to put the thing in the Jumbotron. Like, your argument is so ridiculous, dog. Like, DC is not a state.
Donald Trump. That's why, because you started out this conversation by saying, "Oh no, it's not the National Guard. It's the DC Metro Police."
Let's give look in the video. Who is that?
Like the National Guard is not part of supporting this, putting a battery in their back, talking to go target those people.
It's the National Guard did what?
Trump set this up. He put this shit. He put this plan in motion, and you're trying to absolve blame.
You know why I have an issue when everything in the world that happened is Trump's fault. Trump made that win like this. Trump made the air in the water like this. And I'm going to tell you, to men like that, or to men like myself, when men like this say that, you sound real bitch made. And I don't mean to use curse words when I say that, but I'm being honest. I'm just going to tell you the truth. It's because you're acting like one individual, one man. Think about yourself. Just everybody listening to this. You have, hopefully, you have 2 arms and 2 legs, right? So you probably think to yourself, man, who am I? What can I get done? That's Donald Trump. Same thing. He's one man. Now, this is the problem on why Donald Trump gets so much done. It is because, just say on the surface, politics and government is exactly what they say they are. Say they have checks and balances, say there is no shadow government, say that what you get, what you see every day is all it is. When your president is in office, he truly does become the leader of the world. Let's just say this is true. It's not, but let's just say it's true. That person still wouldn't be able to get anything done without others being complicit and complying, because they said on the surface there's checks and balances to every office. The reason why there's a Congress and a House of Representatives and the senators and all this other jazz as right along with the White House, it is because it is supposed to be an area and a lane to check each other when somebody goes rogue. So it does not make sense that a country that will vote by the millions to put a black guy in, I'm talking about Obama at the time, that we thought actually liked Negroes, which he doesn't. But we all thought that he did. And black people, right along with white people, were in the streets voting for this man. Excited. Well, can someone explain to me, if Obama was so amazing, and if Obama brought so much peace and economic prosperity and everything else to the country as well, along with black people, then how did we elect Donald Trump right behind him? He ran as the anti-Obama. And then I want to say this: how was Obama if he was in office? I remember the narrative used to be he can't get anything done because they block it from the other side. Okay, then why isn't Donald Trump getting blocked? Why isn't Supreme Court justices blocking his executive orders? Why isn't Congress blocking his executive orders? He just gets to do whatever he wants. He's the madman. He's crazy. He gets to run the world. Then why nobody check him? It's only two reasons why they don't check him. If it's true, one, we're lying and it's a shadow government and somebody else is running and he's just a figurehead. Or two, the people that are in these positions that you voted for is complicit and wants what he is doing, which will tell you live in a racist country again, sir, which means the Democrats are complicit as well, because when they're in office, why don't they ever reverse anything? I promise you this. In 3.5 years, when it's time for the new president to come in, if they get to be a Democratic president, which I don't even think that's going to happen, but just say they are able to get a Democrat back in office, wouldn't his job be, or her job be, at that moment to reverse everything that has been done? Wouldn't that be what they would do? They're not going to do that. You want to know how I know it? They never revert back to anything. They told us COVID was going to be for 2 weeks and it ended up changing the world forever. They tell you now the inflation is so high because they had to do it, because everything paused for 6, 7, 8, 9 months. But I'm sorry, they paused. 99% of the world got paused at that moment. Why was we not able just to pick it back up and roll with it? Why did all of a sudden now I have to spend $82 for an egg? At the same time, you're telling farmers, you're paying farmers, not even telling them, you're paying farmers to kill their crops. See, you cannot talk to people like me, Gabriel, about dumb shit like this. You're talking to us like we're children. We're not kids anymore. We're politically savvy at this point. We all understand that in politics, it's just here to control. And we're not going to be a part of the process anymore. I don't care how much air you talk within your chest right about now. It's not going to work. And I don't understand why people like this thinks it will. It will not work. You being a do-boy for the Democrats does not mean anything to us. You do not make us feel like, man, damn, he right. I got to go vote for. No, we don't feel that way. We look at you like you stupid.
All right,
the Republican Party and Donald Trump. That's what you're trying to do, and I'm not going to let you get away with it.
Let's just speak the facts, right? Hold on. This is it. Yo, calm down, bro. Take a deep breath. Like, you're not gonna stop me from saying what I want to say.
It's time for accountability.
You're not gonna let me get away with it, bro. You're ridiculous. Look, Gabriel, here's the problem with this, right?
Ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, it's crazy. Look, the National Guard does not have the power to arrest people. That's the first thing, right? That's why they're not harassing people. They can't. So, and just to break it down to you, anybody who's ever been in the military understands this. The MOS for police officer in the Army specifically is called 31 Bravo. It's military police. You have military police training, but they do not have the ability to arrest American citizens, even if they are federalized or called into play. The other MOS is 31 Echo, which is prison guard, which is detaining people. That's a whole nother subject. They're not there to do any of that. They're there to assist with the arrests being made. And right now, it's not DC Metro Police. They're considered federalized police at this point because they've been federalized. That's how this policy works, along with the other 4,500 FBI and other federal agencies that have been brought in to assist with these arrests. And if you pay attention to it, they're just posting these rage bait black videos. Oh, they're attacking the black people. It's called propaganda. But if you look at what they're doing, look up the military times. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. You're already talking.
Tariq has been posting propaganda. So what Tariq has been posting is propaganda.
No, Tariq is addressing the harassment of black people, and to further this goal, that's what we have an issue with. I think they should just come out and say what they're actually doing, because what they're not telling people is, and this is how the government does, they're not telling people that they're training these National Guard people to be admin for ICE.
But you know, National
to deal
Guard,
with the shortage.
But what you're saying is not completely correct, because National Guard can make arrests under certain situations.
No, they
In certain
cannot. They
situations-
cannot.
In a certain situation,
They
they are
cannot.
under these. Yes, they can.
How long were you in the
When
National
they're
Guard?
federalized, they can. What? Right, you don't
No, I'm
really
asking.
National Guard
How long were you in the
is
National Guard?
It's called.
How
reading
long was you in the
comprehension. It was
military?
Something that you. It's called reading
So,
comprehension.
so you
something
went in the
didn't learn
National
in the
Guard
military.
and you went in the
Obviously.
military.
You didn't. But you didn't.
Are you
Obviously, you
are you
didn't
sure
learn,
I'm
'cause
not?
you
Are you
have no
sure I
reading
wasn't
comprehension.
in the, like? See, what I'm saying? That's how I can tell.
I don't give a where you were.
Calm
What you're
down.
saying is
Four deep
wrong.
breaths, huh?
What you're saying
Easy,
is
bro.
wrong.
Easy, bro. Look,
No, because it's
that's
time
why I
for
can sit here and
accountability,
tell
and
you
I'm not gonna let
exactly
y'all
what the
shit. I'm not
MOS
gonna
is.
let y'all get away with this shit.
I
I'm
can
not
tell
gonna
you
let
what the
y'all get away
MOS
with
is. I
this,
can tell
man.
you what the job is. I can tell you.
He's definitely, and I ain't gonna keep pausing like this, but he has definitely been told to come out here and talk with a little more vigor in his voice. I think he really think he has a smoking gun right now. You ain't moved a needle 1 inch, brother.
What the parameters is. You, as an American soldier, you don't have the right to arrest American citizens. That's why they're there to assist the police.
If the National Guard is under the president's authority, they can.
No, they
arrest
cannot.
citizens.
Federal troops.
That is a
Federal
fact.
troops
Yes,
cannot
they can.
arrest. They can
Yes,
assist.
they can. Yes, they're not federal troops because, like you said, they're state force and a federal force.
You understand what
when
federalized
they're
means, right?
federalized, they have
Okay, you know what?
police powers when they get
You understand what
federalized.
federalized
That
means,
is a
right?
fact.
What does federalized
That
mean?
is a fact.
What
That
does
is a fact.
federalized mean?
That is a fact. I'm not answering your stupid question.
Calm down, man.
Make your
That's how
fucking
you know
point.
you're losing right
Make
now.
your
Why you
fucking
yelling,
point.
bro? It's okay.
Make your
It's
point.
okay.
Because I'm not answering your goddamn question. Make
Because
your
you
point.
understand.
You're making your
Hold on, Gabriel. Slow down, Gabriel. You're really crashing out. Calm down.
He's very much
This is
crashing out.
bad for you, bro. You normally more calm than this.
Well, yeah, the Democrats, boy, they must be dangling your paycheck in front of you like you better go toe the line because you really hot and bothered right now, Gabriel.
Mhm.
And we got Cyber Regina in here too, and she's military. Cyber,
man. Black man can't be passionate.
No,
man. That's
it's okay. But
I see
how you
what- I
doing,
see what
Cyber
it
Regina?
is,
Are
man. I
you
can't
ex-military
even-
too,
I can't
Cyber
even
Regina?
Yes,
So
I
would you
am.
explain to him what a 31 Bravo is? I'm not sure if you are or not.
I'm not a 31.
But you know what
Bravo.
it is, though, right? It's military police. Yeah.
Yes.
They can't arrest American
but-
citizens, can they?
No, they
Oh, okay.
cannot.
Just want to point that out.
No, they cannot. If they and neither nor can regular police arrest military.
Yep, that's what.
Like if a military person commits a crime, the regular police has to go through us to get that person. They just can't go and pick someone up.
Yep, and then the only time the military police can actually arrest somebody is actually on a military base. So when Gabriel hops on the stage and cries for the Democratic Party, which this not even party lines, just telling you what I don't know, facts and jurisdiction. When you federalize those troops, they're only there as a support for the police officers and the federal cops, correct?
That's right, unless you have an act of war.
Thank you so much, Cyber Regina. You have a nice weekend, Gabriel. I'm down, brother.
there you go.
Find
Thank
you a woman.
Tariq, let me say something. First of all, Gabriel is Haitian. How does he come in this thing and tell Americans about their own country?
Because I was.
It doesn't matter.
But it so does, though. But it so does. I was under
No,
the
it doesn't.
education. I'm under the American education. They taught me the same thing that you taught. So, like, I
You
know
don't know
this
what
shit.
Well, first off, Gabriel, we ain't the same. Is a Mexican in America the same as a black person in America? No. Is a white person the same thing as a black person in America? No. And I'm sorry that your skin tone is close to mine, but your mind has a white person in it and mine doesn't. We ain't built the same. Half them people in that queue over there listening right now ain't built like you. You built different, brother. And you just run around here talking about we just stupid. I'm going to tell you why I couldn't be Tariq in that moment. Now, I can have debates with people all day long. I like to talk, right? But the reason why Gabriel couldn't call my platform anymore, because he's been disingenuous and he's been disrespectful. And I was told when I was younger, when you was being nasty, you need to cover your goddamn mouth. He needs to cover his mouth with all this disrespect. See, when you try to convince people that they are stupid and don't understand something that they fully understand what they're feeling, going through, and have always went through, you are now being disrespectful, and I don't play with disrespect. I can have a debate with people. We can have a conversation. We have difference of opinion. We do not have to agree on the way the world works. I understand that. But one thing I'm not going to do with people, and I don't think Tariq should do it either moving forward, is at this point, when people try to be disrespectful, remove them. You get it off once, and I ain't going to cut you off. I'm going to let you get it, and then I'm going to tell my engineer, now block that motherfucker and let's move on. Because the days of having a conversation that is pointless with people who are just going to continue to move the goalposts no longer needs to happen anymore with us. I don't have those conversations anymore. I'll try to talk to you. If we can't see eye to eye, I just move on. And that's what you need to do.
So I know
Look, I'm not going to argue with you. Stand down, Gabriel.
You just attacked me. You just attacked me personally.
Stand down, Gabriel. You don't know what you're talking about. You haven't been in this country. You haven't been in this country from the beginning. You're brand new.
I'm an American citizen.
Is your mother born here? Is your mother born here?
Who gives a damn?
Where were you born?
Where? I'm just as American as you.
Where were you born?
I have a birth. My citizenship
is your mother from here? Is your mother from here? Is your father from here?
All my brothers were born here. What now?
It doesn't matter.
I'm just as American as you. You can't do nothing. You can never take that away from me.
But you're not FBA. You're not FBA.
You can't take away my American citizenship. I was born here. I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, Northside Hospital. You can't take that away from me.
Your parents born.
Where
were your parents born?
What are you talking about? And I'm proud of, and at the same time, I was born in America, but I'm proud of my Haitian heritage as well. So I don't give. I'm Haitian American. I'm proud of it.
Not FBA. You're not FBA. You're not FBA.
Who said I was FBA? I never claimed to be Black American. You see the Haitian American. You see the Haitian flag in my life.
You're not Black American either. You're Haitian American.
You said I wasn't American.
You're Haitian American.
But that's not what you said. That's not what you started
with. You're coming in here. That's not what you're coming in here telling Americans. You're telling FBA about their own country.
Now you're trying to change. That's not. You said I wasn't American. You never said I wasn't Black American. You said I wasn't American.
I don't have time for this nonsense. Can you mute him?
Go ahead, Tyler.
Okay, here you go. As you know, my family has been in D.C. since 1863, when my grandparents walked from Virginia under the auspices of the Union Army. After the Emancipation Proclamation, they came to D.C., settled in Georgetown. So they've been here since 1863. Most of my family has moved out of D.C. probably in the last 20 years, but before them, because they all bought houses, so they all live in Maryland. When I came back to D.C. in 2000, because I've been in and out of D.C. since 1985. When I came back to D.C., that's when D.C. started changing. All the prominent Black people moved out of D.C., or families who held houses moved out of D.C., moved to Maryland. And then you had the Bush administration come in, and they started moving more Black people out. And so the Black people that moved out to Maryland started these beautiful communities like Mitchellville, Prince George, the most wealthiest Black county.
All right, people. So this is what I'm gonna do. We can. You know what? We're gonna play it out. It's almost at the end.
In the United States,
they were
all living out there. Well, what did they do? They moved all the FBAs out to Maryland as well. So I'm not so sure that the Black people, so-called Black people, because we know that all kinfolk is not all skinfolk is not kinfolk, is actually FBA. I'll have to go and do a little more of a deep dive, but I know for a fact that they moved a lot of Africans and Haitians, a lot of immigrants into DC, and they have been causing most of the problems. One of my friends who's in the military, her son went to Southeast and got robbed. I lived on Capitol High. I had no fear. My uncle Irvin built most of the houses in South DC, so we have deep roots. But Bowser, she's the problem, because Mayor Williams, when he was in there, he really revitalized DC, made it a place where people wanted to come. Then Obama came in there. He brought like 70,000 gay people into Washington, D.C. Then you had Mayor Williams, and Bowser engineered basically a coup to get Williams out of his seat. And it's been downhill ever since.
You know, I want to pause her right there. I just thought about something. She brought up Obama and bringing in gay people. Obama did a lot more damage than majority of the people in this world know. We know about the whole Flint thing when he went up there and pretend like he was drinking lead water, asshole. But that's not the worst of it. He brought in gig culture. Meaning all of these if you were talking to you, the person listening, if you do any type of delivery, Amazon, DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber, any of them, right? If you do any of those just to supplement your income because you can't survive without it, he ushered that in. So you got to understand Obama, but I'm very thankful for Obama. Unlike most people, I'm very thankful for their brother. Now, I'm thankful for him because it was like the final straw to understand how far these people will go to lie, cheat, and steal when it comes to black people. They propped that man up, gave him a black wife, gave him black kids, told him that he lived in the south side of Chicago, which we always bring up all the time as like one of the worst neighborhoods in the country. Moved there, didn't have to be there, moved there on purpose. He loved black folks so much. Gave him a black pastor that seemed like he was revolutionary, the whole nine. Who knew all this was a game? The great philosopher Krishnamurti says it best: the world is just a stage and we're all just unwilling participants in it. He's one of the willing ones. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was just playing a role. I'm so thankful for him because right after those 8 years and all the ground that we lost, I think black folks understood better than ever. This is all a game. They will lie, cheat, and steal. This man is not for us. They will use black people who look just like you, talk nice to you, and these people mean you no good. And I think that's what he finally opened up our eyes to it. It's not ironic at the same time that we no longer give a damn about Barack Obama. We put Oprah on that list. She don't come back no more. We don't deal with her no more. She was lying to us. She brought him. Remember, she co-signed him. All them entertainers came out there was all that co-signing people. The Tom Joyners of the world, the Ricky Smileys, the D.L. Hughley. All these people just dived out the window for these people. And they exposed them all. Because, and I'm going to tell you why I said it, because now we look at all black people. Just because you're in the position to say you help, you're going to have to tangibly put some out there for us to believe it. It's the same reason why Dr. Umar catches so much heat right now. See, for those first few years, we all gave him the benefit of the doubt. This brother is speaking fire when it comes to what black people are going through. Of course he loves us. So we believed it. But after 10 years or 6.5 years at least of owning the building, to know that you down to days and can't raise the money, that you don't have the money. Remember, you only spent $400,000 to purchase the school. You've raised over $2 million, brother. In that time frame, you had enough money to pay these bills. You ain't did it. And you can't say you used it to fix the school because the school is still trash. So what we've learned is that they will put people in front of your face that mean you no good, but they thought it's the person who looks like you. All kinfolk ain't kinfolk. Or all skinfolk ain't kinfolk. And I believe it to the 100%. It's the reason why I don't deal with half of these political activists out here. They act like political activism is a career now. No, that is a necessity for people who just love their own people, so they stick their necks out. Nobody wants to have to be a martyr. Nobody wants to have that much heat. Nobody wants the government staring at them all day long. Who wants that? But they've turned this into a career. I knew it when on these award shows, they decided that they were going to give an award to people who have great activism. I can't remember if it was Stokely Carmichael or not, but I heard one person say from back in the day says, the reward for activism is the work. That's it. There is no celebration that goes along. There's no celebrity. There's no money attached to it. Okay, so when you have people out here killing the game out here, and people like to put Tariq in that box, I don't. Tariq is the only person that literally has made a fortune, but he always provides what he said he's going to provide. If he's a movie producer that has quality films, that's why he's rich. It's not the grift that you keep saying. See, for me, I've donated to multiple of his projects that he did. He asked, and I complied. He didn't. He told me what he would do for it, and I said, "Oh, seems worth it to me. Let me put my money down." But now ask me what I get out of Dr. Umar School. So ask all those people who donated millions of dollars to him and now we're to watch this school go up for auction and watch the disrespectful place that place turns into. You didn't get anything for the money. That's why people don't rock with him anymore. I'm ready to say some names of people right now, but I'm going to say it only because I have no other, I really don't have no other way of doing it, but I have to say it. The Tamika Mowry's, the what's the little light skinned dude that ain't around no more? God damn, they look white. I can't think of Sean King. No, Sean, whatever. Sean King, I think his name is. Tamika Mowry, all these people. These people, I will tell you this. Malcolm said it best. Be leery of the entertainer. Because the entertainer is bought and paid for. And he also said, black people that white people love, be nervous about them. Because why do white people love them so much? And he said also, if when white people talk bad about a black person, you need to double check and go check and vet that person yourself. Because 9 times 10, he's for you. They just told you he's bad. I said that the other day. I said the other day that I knew Dr. Umar was lying about what he had going on with that school solely because I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me say this too. But matter of fact, let me slow it down. I don't want to make it about him anymore. But I did say I want to make this point. I forgot to make it yesterday. Dr. Umar, brother, again, this is the last time I'm bringing you up because I don't want to dog pile on like everybody else. But I'm going to tell you, Dr. Umar, brother, boy, do not let that school go away. If you don't raise the money to keep that school, you can't make money no more. And I mean that. I'm not saying that to be rude, mean, with a smile on my face and none of that. I never want to see a black person suffer. But I'm going to tell you this. Remember this. You have said so much stuff about white people, such as myself, that if you have to come back to them to work, they're not going to hire you. So you have to be independent. So if you're going to be independent, but if you don't do your money well, where are you going to get your paper from? Brother, I do believe the only reason why you in this position right now and why you've been running from them bills is because nobody donates to you anymore. Nobody donates because you didn't produce anything. I heard you when you said that people supposed to, that it take institution building takes years. We get that. With progress, you've had none. You might as well have just signed the paper. The ink may well still be wet on the deed to the place because you have no growth. I know you say you did all of this work. Every year I would hear stuff. Oh, the electrical's done. All we need is the plumbing. The plumbing's done. All we need is some tile work. Tile work is done. All we need is some painting. Painting's done. All we need is the roof. I heard that over and over and over again. Fast forward to today, everything's undone. It seems like. That's why people say they don't support you no more. It's not because they don't believe that you care about black folks. They don't believe that you can get this done. It just is what it is. I don't know why I went on that tangent when it comes to that. But I think that's what it is when it comes to black people at this point. Black folks are just not stupid anymore. Black folks are not dumb anymore. Black folks know that we have an open enemy. So you just can't tell us some shit and we're going to go with it. You're going to have to prove it. We are at a spot in this world, black people, where you have to prove it. You have to prove it. You have to prove it. If you won't prove it, you can't get it no more. It is what it is. Come back to this thing. I've been doing all that damn talking. Let's finish out this video.
It's a sanctuary city. Anything goes. I was on the train maybe like 4 or 5. I stopped taking the train. I like taking the train. Because I'm from New York. I don't mind taking the train. I was on the train going up to Bethesda. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, and I always sit like in the back where there's a mirror. I don't know if you've ever been to a train. There's like a gate, and I sit near the door. This guy, I see this black guy running through the train. He's like, leave me alone, leave me alone. And then this Mexican comes behind him and pulls out a gun on the train. That's unheard of. I've never had that happen before. I was like, holy crap. And then I got up and ran through the other door. But when the door opened, I was like, you know, gun. There wasn't one policeman around. And I think I told the story early in the week where I was in D.C. at Union Station, and I was getting a newspaper, and this guy comes in and he's harassing the people. And it was two foreigners. One was Ethiopian, I think, and the other one was Latino, harassing these women. I'm buying my business. Then he comes up to me and says, do you have any money? And I'm like, no, I don't have any money. He goes, well, how about I rob you? I said, you're going to rob me? He said, yes. I said, let me tell you something. If you attempt to rob me, I promise you, you will not leave the store alive. And he looked at me and he ran out and he gave me a finger. DC is just buck wild now. And most of it is attributed to Bowser. Now, let's talk about Kamala Harris. If Kamala Harris, this stuff wouldn't be happening, have we forgotten, and you're from California, maybe you can expound upon that. Look what she did in California to black men. Look what she did in California to black mothers when
See, Gabriel, you don't, and I'm gonna let her finish, but I'm not gonna be long with it. But Gabriel, you have to understand. Look, it's on her to do the right thing. You want us to vote for her, and all we have is a track record of shit. Okay, so I get it. Trump is running wild right now. He is. Well, most people will say this on your team. This is what they should have said. Come on, yo. If you don't want Trump running wild on black folks that you pretending to be like, then maybe you may need to go out there and tell them something you're going to do for them. That way to make sure they vote for it. We can't rely on them just doing it for the last few years because it don't feel like they doing it right now. Got too many people. That's what the conversation would have been. Gabriel, go talk to your camp. Don't come over here talking to us.
She was putting them in jail for their kids not going to school, and some of them were sick. Don't tell me Kamala Harris was better. This is just tether babble. And as far as I'm concerned, Gabriel just needs to stay. He just comes in there to run his mouth, and he acts like he's part of us. He's not one of us. So you can't speak on our issues. If you want to speak on immigration issues, please do. But you cannot speak for us.
I do speak on immigration.
That's the bottom line.
Thank you so much, Virginia. Oh yeah, Gabe. Now let's clear something up, Gabe. It's just me and you now.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're like, yeah, I'm just like you. I'm just like y'all. I got the same American system moving. Do you think you're like us, Gabriel?
No, her original point was saying I'm not American. Like when you say I'm not American, I'm definitely American. Now I don't claim to be Black American or FBA just like y'all. Of course, I come from a different lineage and a different background, of course. But that doesn't make me any less American than any one of y'all, because I'm still American at the end of the day.
You're an American, American immigrant. Yeah, well, yeah, you're
why y'all do that? Why y'all do that white supremacist trope when, like,
bro, you're not like us.
No, not the when she was talking about it's the immigrants committed the crime. Why y'all do that?
Oh no. You're not like us, and not minimizing you, but yeah, y'all don't do that coming over there. We all the same. We the same American.
I never said we the same. I literally just said we different, but I'm American. We all American at the end of the day, but we just different.
No. But we're foundational Black Americans. You're talking about the same.
Why are you trying so hard to otherize me or to otherize people like me?
Yeah, we come from a different lineage.
Yes, I know. I literally acknowledged that.
I know, but you're talking about we get the same education system, dude. But I want you to understand, we have things that the education system, quote unquote, in America don't teach you. We have cultural memory, sir, from our experience here. See, you're not going to kind of.
Yes, and we have cultural memory of trauma back in our homeland. Like it is what it is. We're different, but like we're not that different. Like it is what it is, Tariq. You can hide from it, you can run from it, but you really can't. It is what it is.
I just want you to understand. Y'all be saying it. Let me tell you something. We have a different spiritual energy. Not to minimize you guys. But see,
come on, the spirit of Haiti is very strong. So you've made films like this before. Come on.
Yeah, that certain spiritual energy, which is good. We have a certain spiritual energy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, family, one thing that we don't have in our spirit is fleeing.
I could have swore I've seen you talk about in the video like the spirit and like what's going on in Louisiana. It's like similar.
Spirit of fleeing. Do you understand me? We don't.
Oh my God.
No. We got a spirit of standing on business, staying, fighting, have resistance, full stop. We ain't got energy that's been passed down. We're all right.
So let's just pretend that nobody ever fled to Canada in slavery. Okay, we'll just do that.
Oh, please. Okay. Dude, we're talking about, and not all of us did it. We had the great.
Well, I know not all of us. Not all. There's still Haitians back in Haiti.
Yeah, not all of us did it, and yeah. Coming out of a prison camp, yeah, that's different. Just poverty because y'all ain't on code, that's different. Yeah. So let's be very.
You think Haiti's there's a wonderful place to live in, like especially in the capital? Like what?
It's not a wonderful. Gabriel, it's not a wonderful place to live in, is what he's saying, but you're free to make it better. Remember, Haiti was technically, from what the information we get, is the first all-black nation that was independent in the Western Hemisphere. That means a black president. That means black citizens. You're eating dirt cookies, is what he's saying. Unlike a enslaved person who had to run basically from jail. They're running from enslavement. If you had ran from enslavement in Haiti, we wouldn't be talking to you like this. But you ran from your own people to somebody else's house that was doing better. Make yours better. That's why you lose. Look, I hate to tell people, the reason why you always lose the argument with FBA person when it comes to why y'all flee and we don't, it is because you guys have a nation that you won't build. Remember, this soil didn't always look like this. For every building that you see that is beautiful, to every park that you see that's well manicured, somebody has to do that. So if you want that, you have to go produce that. See, I'm not unaware that these black nations especially are being basically pimped and abused by the UN and white people. I get it. I understand it. But see, this is what I don't understand about globalness, global blackness. This is what I do not understand about Pan-Africanism. You guys, because mind you, talking to a person who believed in Pan-Africanism, but when you see something's not working, you have to move on from it. And one thing that doesn't make sense is, why is it that there's 54 nations in Africa, a bunch of Caribbean nations that said that they're black owned and ran? Then you have, and I'm saying those specifically because these are what majority of the black people globally are. You have all of these nations. Why don't you do business with each other and then cut white people out? If you really think about it, Africa, you have all the resources. Caribbean, you have a lot of style because a lot of y'all came from America. So why don't y'all get together and build something? No, all of you just leave and come here. And see, if I was the leader of Jamaica, I'd be like, oh, fuck that. We're going to build our nation up. If I'm the leader, that's why I respect the people like Thomas Sankara and people like that were global. The Kwame, I said Kwame. God, I can't think of his name right now. God, you can think of the guy from Ghana. I can't think of his name right now, but not Kwame Ture. Dang, what is his name? I am drawing a blank, and I want to get it now. It's gonna mess with me. Kwame Nkrumah. God, couldn't get it out. I respect Kwame Nkrumah. I respect, like I said, Thomas Sankara. These are people that I respect. I respect people who built nations. I don't respect running. Nobody respects that. See, here, got it. We don't run our nation. Get it. Talk bad about it. Black Americans don't own shit. White people own everything. You right. You right. We own it. You got it. I promise. You own it. You hit it. Hey, can't say nothing about it. But what we can't understand, we can't understand because we want to own. It's very hard. Turn on any TV show. Turn on any TV show. I was just watching Pop the Balloon last night. Turn on TV show, turn on a movie, turn on anything. Every time you talk to an average black person, they got a business. They got a t-shirt company. They got some hair care company. They selling wigs. They selling something. Why? Because black people want to be independent. We want to own. And see, what doesn't make sense is that you people come in, y'all don't want to own anything. You just want to be a part of something that's already been built. It don't work like that. I promise you, if I was the leader of Haiti, I'm going to be calling Nigeria. I'm going to be calling Jamaica. I'm going to be, yo, what up, pimpin'? What y'all doing over there? Look, yo, we going to give y'all some of something we have on our soil. Y'all give us some bananas. We just going to make trades. Excuse me. I had my chair slide. And anything that we can't produce out of those nations, what I would do at that moment then is I would just say, we just can't have it right now, people. But if you did that globally, then you ain't got no problems. You gonna fix everything. Ain't nobody gonna mess with black folks. Physically, they can't beat you anyway. They use their military for that. Why don't y'all have military? This is what I'm trying to get people to understand. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's cut Tariq off for now. Let's cut Tariq off. So let's say this. This is the problem. Globally, we could fix all of our issues. The problem is the people in control in these countries don't want to do it. And I get it. Majority of my bought and paid for by white people. I get it. I understand it. But I'm going to tell you like this, like my man over in Burkina Faso, right? He's killing it right now. I would tell him right now, don't do business with Russia. Contact other black nations. Tell them, look, I did it. You can do it too. And we'll support you if you support us. That's who you should be contacting. Leave these people alone. And I don't want to hear about, yo, they enemies with, yo, they're always enemies with each other until it comes to us. Then they get on one accord. Brothers, you don't have to do that. I don't understand this, why people don't understand that. This whole thing that, like I said, and I'm talking to now, I don't put it off the screen, but just in case I have to clip this up, I was listening to Brother Tariq Nasheed Spaces, and Gabriel, the Democratic Shield, called in, basically talking down to us about what we need to be doing. I'm so sick and tired of people from other places. He's Haitian. I'm tired of people from other countries telling us what we need to do. Go home and tell your people. See, we are less than 15% of the population, they say. And I would tell us that too, just in case we are bigger. But we're 15% of the population or smaller in this country. It's very hard to take over the military when it goes to do this. Very hard to take over the financial institutions when you are the minority. But if you are the majority in your nation and y'all are suffering, you have to stop and look at yourself and say something's wrong here. Do you know we could get out of this global white supremacy overnight? But you just got to basically say, we're going to have to break this thing up the way we've been doing it and try to do better on our own for right now. I promise you now what they're going to do. They're going to, this is how it's going to work. This is exactly how it's work. If just say we ever get to a point globally, black folks say enough. The biggest white people fear, the black folks are going to say enough. I don't want to do this anymore. Let's just take this thing back. That's white folks' biggest fear. Let's just say that happens. That moment is never going to come until people stop hating themselves or stop trying to make their group better than others. Now, y'all project that shit onto us. Black Americans think they better. No, we just produce more. So when you produce more, you have accomplishments. When you have accomplishments, sometimes you want to celebrate your accomplishments. I know that sounds hateful to you because you have no accomplishments. Go make some, stop running. That's what he's saying. I know that sounds hateful, but it wouldn't to me. If someone said to me about black Americans, just take something that we were doing piss poor all over and over and over again. I'm not going to get an attitude with it. I'm going to be, he's right. I'm going to go change that. That's the way I look at it. That's how I'm going to try to do it. But that's not what we get with people. We get, it's y'all, not us. Well, come on, man. What is this fixing? Black Americans are just parroting white supremacist talking point. You say this shit all the time. Then explain to me, why is it that I'm shadow banned? I'm shadow banned on every platform. I feel it. My analytics tell me. I know that I am. I'm not up here lying. I back up everything that I say by statistics. I back up everything I say by common freaking sense. So when people like Gabriel on Tariq's platform say things like, we should have voted for the Democrats, we wouldn't be going through what we're going through right now with Trump, I say to him, we was going through it under them too. So you can shut up. I didn't cuss. See, I'm learning. Anyways, guys, now I'm gonna cut that one short right there. Like, matter of fact, I'm gonna cut it right there. I'm gonna take a break real quick. See if there's anything else I want to talk about, and then I'm gonna come out. If I don't have anything else, I'm gonna come back and close out the show. If I do, we'll keep it rolling. All right. But I'm not even gonna play any videos today. We're gonna get right into the commercial break, and I'm gonna come right back. All right, give me a second, guys.
Let's get into it.
All right. We are back. We are back. We are back. All right. So, guys, I'm not going to hold you much longer, but I did. Let me see. Do I really want to get into more conversation? Let's see. And I'm looking at my Twitter. My Instagram feed right now. I'm trying to see if I want to dive into any of this. I talked about that yesterday. Love Island yesterday. This woman here. Let me see what I got here. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, so what I'm looking at is, and I guess I could bring it up if need be. I guess I can bring it up. But what I'm looking at here is, I saw this morning, and it's about Rashida talking. I see, like I said, I'm be honest, guys, I do not watch any of those love and hip hop things. It's been a decade since I watched any of that stuff. But I do know who Rashida is, and woo, Rashida, baby girl, I know they tape things all the time, but you got bigger fish to fry right now with y'all kids looking like potential murder suspects. But yeah, just deal with that. But then I saw this post about her talking greaser about Yandy I know that I do not watch it, but I do know Rashida and Kirk have been beefing with what is Yandy's Mandisi and Yandy. I saw they've been beefing. I don't know why they beef. Don't really care to know why they beefing, but I do know they beefing. But I would tell her, Rashida, this has nothing to do with your kids. This has nothing to do with the fact that y'all don't like Mandisi and Yandy. But I'm going to tell you, anytime I would tell people like you, stop talking. You especially need to stop talking. That man, Kirk, and I don't dog people. You like it, I love it. You want to be with that man, be with that man. But the way you have been embarrassed over a decade and a half of us knowing who you are by this man of yours, I promise you I wouldn't be out here talking about my husband and me. Nothing at all. If you stay with him, just shut the hell up when you talking about it. I wouldn't say nothing out loud. It's just because, for one, you're talking about the man disrespected you so much. Like, I get it. Most people will forgive you, especially most women will forgive you if you cheat on them. But it's very hard for women to forgive you if you cheat on them. And so that's why celebrities a lot of times don't come back, because you're getting cheated on out in the open, in public. And see, getting cheated on in public is a lot worse than getting cheated on in private. See, you got to, for one, in private, you already got to work through the emotions, the feelings, the thoughts of and the images of your person you with being with somebody else. But in public, then you got to have other smart ass motherfuckers coming on there telling you how stupid you is all the time, how your husband ain't this, and how he was in my inbox too. And then people go see you struggling, so now they're going to pile on and lie about it. He was in my inbox too, girl. Then articles going to be written. They can't stay together. And I would just tell you, so when people like Rashida stay with their husbands, baby girl, just don't say nothing. Just be quiet, okay? You look stupid. That's just all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And this is coming from a person I'm not even saying it bothers me. You like it again, I love it. But I really don't even want to talk about that. That's the only thing I was gonna say about it. I say that just to tell y'all guys that. Peep this guy. I want to play this for y'all. I'm ready to play something for y'all. Matter of fact, let me go to that screen. I did want to go here before I get out of here. All right. So let's go over to this screen. Let's put something on the screen. Let's put this on the screen. This right here, I'm ready to play something for you guys. Background music. Let's turn. Wait a minute. I gotta remember these buttons again. All right, there you go. I'm ready to play something for you guys real quick, and then we're gonna talk about it. But it's about McDonald's. Hold on one second. Oops. Shoot. Hold on, guys.
Single they here.
So a mutual of mine.
This is McDonald's French fries from the United States. It has 11 ingredients, but in the UK, there's only 4, and salt is optional. This one has an ingredient called dimethyl polysiloxane, an ingredient that can be preserved with formaldehyde, a neurotoxin. This is United States Fanta right here. It's made with high fructose corn syrup, artificial dye, yellow 6, red 40, and sodium benzenate. In the UK, they have real orange juice inside, and it's
absolutely fucking disgusting. Now, the fast food within America is full of preservatives, but it's also full of added ingredients that the same products in other parts of the world simply do not have. Now, if that's not enough to put you off your lunch, check out the health and safety standards of the way these guys are prepping your food before you eat it. Check this out.
Look at this. Look at this, man. What the fuck? Dude. That's just like solid lump in there, man. You can't tell me that's regularly cleaned. What sort of shit is this? Close this place down. McDonald's.
Okay. This is what I want to say. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to end on this note because my brother's got to go out of town. I got to pack for because I got to leave in the morning, first thing in the morning. I haven't packed or anything, but I want to speak to this. I'm going to talk about, and like I say, and as a matter of fact, I'll just leave. Matter of fact, let me go to the main screen. Let me go over here to the main screen. That way y'all can see my big, beautiful face. All right. I wanted to speak to this before I got out of here because I told people, let me say it this way. I had a woman ask me recently, Elle, why are you doing the platform? Why do you feel to get online? You just want to be an entertainer? I have no desire to be an entertainer. I don't want to be liked. I don't want to be loved. I don't want to be followed. I don't want any of those things. That was young me. Old me just knows that stuff is happening all around us every day and nobody's talking about it. When I find information, I'm a student of knowledge. I'm a historian at nature, self-proclaimed, but I am a historian by nature. When I go to find information, I find them in the most obscure places. I need it. I got to find it. I need to know how this world works, why it works the way it works, when it works like this. I just need to know all that. And one thing I can definitively tell you is that we don't understand what we live on. See, it doesn't make sense to live in a nation, or I won't even say a nation. We live in a world that provides everything that you need to survive. If you need to eat, the world will provide you food. If you need to be clean, the earth will provide you soap. I am not lying. There's things called, damn near, I forgot the name on the actual technical name, but they ain't number soap trees where you can squeeze them, wash your body, wash your hair. So you can eat this way. You can get your plants this way. If you're sick, you got herbs that you can take to heal yourself. The earth provides everything that you need. Then explain to me, if the earth provides everything that you need, that we live in a country that wants everything to be artificial. I touched on this the other day, but I didn't go deep enough. So let's go deep enough today. Okay. I touched on this because I said, what are, and I don't want to go there raw, because if I go there raw, I'm going to get back on the subject that I didn't want to cover anyway. But I'll say this. We live in a world to where now we had fruits and vegetables that were fine. They were called real food. Then they said, nah, let's make them seedless. Now we took that as just being, oh, it's just a different option. Didn't know that they literally was taking food and making food-like substances. Now, part of it, I get it. They want to own the food. I can't own corn, but I can own GMO corn. But would you make something that has no health benefits, that actually has adverse effects that people, and then basically take the other option away? At least if it, see, I'm saying this, and I want to get my thoughts together. What I'm basically trying to say, if it was just about money, then they would always have the organic option with the GMO option. You're right. But they're not doing it anymore. They're removing the other option. So it's not about the money anymore. Because if it was about the money, of course I would have sell watermelons with seeds and watermelon without seeds. And I would have one that's $5 and one that's $10. That's great. That's great business practices. I understand it. That's not what we're getting. We're getting no options. You're going to get all this fake shit. You're going to get fake air, fake water, fake food, fake vegetables, everything fake. You want to put products on your skin, let's make sure everything inside of it has adverse effects when it comes to you. You want a vaccine that we're going to give to you? Yes, give you a vaccine. Let's put mercury in it. And let's put dead baby fetuses and all this stuff in it. I'm not making this stuff up. Look it up. These people are literally trying to kill us in every way. They take our income every year, every month. 35%, up to 35% of your income goes to paying for stuff. And then on your job, they do things like this. They'll say, hey, I can't give you the extra money, but I'm going to give you benefits, health benefits, in replace of the money I can give you. And those health benefits are so needed because everybody's sick all the time. But then you go to the hospital and nobody gets fixed. See, I realize in this world, we've been sold a game from the police to the hospitals. Nobody prevents anything. They come in after the fact. The doctor comes in after the fact and telling, hey, I know that you've been coming to me every year, 2-3 times a year to get checkups. And I didn't tell you that you had holes in your heart that was coming from all the food you was eating because I didn't learn it in medical school. Well, tough. Well, here's some dialysis machines that you can get on until you die. That's what they're going to give you. Police officer, same thing. Nobody falls crime. They're always there to pick up the pieces after the fact. Let's investigate. Well, you can't stop crime in white neighborhoods because you're all in black neighborhoods. That's one. I mean, it just makes no sense. Look, we don't live in a world where any of this stuff is real. Black people, you live in a world where you're here to produce for others. I remember watching The Matrix again recently. I always like to go refresh myself because every time I watch it years later, I find something new nugget inside of it. That lady who wrote that thing was amazing. But I remember it was a scene in there where they showed you how they're basically just harnessing our bodies for energy. You're in an incubator and they're just harnessing you for energy. And I really feel like that's what they do to us now. They only want black bodies around for energy, to entertain them in sports, to do experiments on our bodies because we're the real humans. So you got to remember, there's a difference between humans and mankind. Hue, meaning color, people of color, are the real humans. Mankind, as everyone else that thinks that they are people who have no hue, are kind of like a man. Mankind. Now, that doesn't make me better. That just makes me different. But see, the world keeps trying to convince us that we are all just one big melting pot and we just don't understand what we're looking at. I'm rambling now, so let me stop talking. I was going to go somewhere, but I got sidetracked in my own head, so I'm going to leave that thought alone. But I will say this, though. And I'm going to kind of close out the show to tie into what we talked about with that Tariq space. And I'm going to say this about that. Tariq said one time, I was listening to his platform about Roland Martin. Roland and Martin is the type of person on his platform that whatever Democrats are, the agenda that they're putting out at that moment, he will parrot that conversation. It's going to be Democrats are all good, Republicans are all bad. That's the first flaw in your story talking to black people now. We know now that there's good and bad people on both sides. There are Republicans out there that actually don't want to harm black people. There's Democrats out there that don't want to harm people. They just work for a party that does. So it doesn't matter what they want. You work for the machine. But I remember Roland saying on his platform one time that we don't get reparations and we don't get stuff because we don't have representatives and we didn't send this person. We didn't file the right paperwork. And I like to say all the time, then why does everybody else get stuff done? Because I know ain't no illegals went to nobody and said, look, we want to file paperwork about getting some paper from you guys. No, you just gave it to them. You want to know why? Because you saw value in them. For whatever reason, you're bringing them in, and we can get into another reason, but I mean another time, but you see value in them. So you took care of them. Can you show me one time in history they took care of black people? And the time they took care of us, they said your accommodations is a plantation. That's them taking care of us. You didn't get 5-star hotel stays like these immigrants are getting. You didn't get free food and things like this like these people are getting. They told you earn what you can eat and you get the scraps of what we have left. But I want to say one thing and then I'm going to really dip this time. Black folks, we do not have to take that anymore. You can pay with this thing with your life at this point. But I promise you this, enough of us, only a few of us have to pray with our lives and then the rest of it will thrive. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't want them people to suffer, we all going to have to get on one accord with each other. You're going to have to stand next to me. I'm going to have to stand next to you and we're going to have to do this thing the proper way. Global black people, if you want black Americans to be in kumbaya with you again, get your people, check your coons, check your tethers. When a tether calls into Tariq's space to talk trash to him about black people, I'm going to need another person from that same country or somewhere from another place to call in and say he don't represent us. And we prove it in the way that we act. We shun that person. No, the people who talk negative about black Americans that are from other places that look black, they get treats and goodies and nigger trinkets. Anyways, man, but that's today's show, man. I appreciate you guys. I did a lot of rambling today. We didn't even really dive into anything heavy, but I am going out of town. I'm going to be gone for a few days. Hopefully I'll be able to put up some content so you guys don't miss me. Definitely send me any of your questions and comments. You can do that to 300podcast@gmail.com, 300podcast@gmail.com. If you catching this on any of the platforms, definitely feel free to jump in my inbox, send me a message if you want to talk about something. I'm thinking about taking phone calls soon from the people since we are growing somewhat. So that way I can get calls from the people because we got a lot of topics that we can cover and everything, but neither here nor there. I appreciate you guys, man, and thank you for showing up again. And I'll catch you on the next one, all right? See you next time. Peace. Whoa. I know you won't gonna just leave without hitting the like button. What about the subscribe button? Did you hit the follow button? Hit all three and let your boy know that you like the content I'm putting out. And if you haven't done it already, do it now. See you guys on the next one. Peace.